Okay, here we go. Okay, good. I'm glad we're here. Okay, welcome everybody. I'm hoping you can hear me. Um, I'm new to the technology, so bear with me as we navigate through this together. Welcome to You Are Exquisite of Exquisite Woman Media. I'm in transition, so I don't have my stuff behind me and all of that. There's a lot going on. Just bear with me, and let's get into this. Today, I wanted to talk about something that really doesn't get talked about much, which is what this platform is dedicated to, and that's for today's issue is bullying. Okay. Um, Clearly, there's a lot going on in that arena. Let's just let's just say that. Um, Bullying is, and welcome to the chat room. If you want to comment on your experiences, bullying is something that I, as a kid, had to deal with. Like this gross energy um, that is bullying. Like, I want to get into this. And there's been a lot of news of late of big pop culture figures, uh, uh, Diddy and all of that. And that's really super interesting. And there's like a current of energy like flowing through all of this. So whether you're a child, whether you're in the workspace, um, uh, the energy of bullying. And as always, I like to start with the definition um, of the issue that we're dealing with. So today, bullying to bully. The word is a verb. Bullying is a verb. It's an action. Quoting, uh, to bully is to seek to harm, to intimidate, to coerce. And then this I find very interesting. Uh, Open parentheses, someone perceived as vulnerable. So to bully is to intentionally seek to harm, intimidate, coerce, and then the open parentheses, someone perceived as vulnerable, close parentheses. I put that in the chat room. The sentence here being used to describe bullying, quoting, her 11-year-old son had been constantly bullied at school, close quote. So we know the term from a uh, literal and kind of street sense, and now there's the official definition, and clearly there's really not much difference. What I do find interesting, there is the caveat, there's someone perceived as vulnerable. And that's really what I wanted to speak to today, because that perception and the energy of um, the perceived, the victim of the bullying, their energy and the energy of the person with that intent to intimidate, coerce, and quote, seek to harm. What is that? Can we identify that in a preventive context? Um, how can we? I know as a kid, I was 8 years old, and I was really aggressively and with hostility chastised because of the way I spoke, which is kind of the way I still speak now. So not much changed. So because my something, again, their perception, I'm just being me. I'm a kid. I'm just being me. I don't know. But their perception of then me uh, triggered that in them. And so I'm just wondering, what is that energy? Um, because it it's a concurrent. It's constant. Whether it's the kid in school, whether it's in the workplace, the whole mass shooting thing, the whole gun thing, in a personal context, a relationship power dynamic with a lack of equity. I'm big on equity. I run it. There you go. Uh, that's it. Don't care what you label it. But the perceived um, weakness of the victim of bullying and what can be done about that. See, I really believe that there's such a lack of uh, knowing our value and knowing our power and standing in it and being able to embrace it. I just think we have such a deficit of that as women, as Black women, as I'm sorry, but a lot of these men. Oh, what? Oh, I don't know. Something is going on where um, I guess we're so marinated like in a media mind frame. Um, like I guess we're so conditioned. Um, and why wouldn't we be, right? I mean, we are saturated with advertising and images and messaging and narratives and boom boxes and beats and you know we're really cooked in imagery and messaging and you spending your money. It's very effective. But there seems to be a price we pay for that, in that our mindsets are marinated. And to me, whatever has your mindset has you. So your mindset is, there's nothing more important. Numero uno, mindset. So the issue of bullying. And are we just supposed to just sit back and just act like this stuff doesn't happen and like there's nothing we can do? Like what is the play? I'm confused. Like what is the like what are we supposed to do? Like aren't we supposed to address these things? Like what the hell is going on? What is the play? Like do we just have to generation after 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 generation? Like we just keep having the same problems. Like our kids just have to continue to be subjected to this. We have to continue to walk into the office and have some skirt chasing loon just completely screw up your means of income and economic stability. Like, are we just supposed to just put up with this? Like, what is this? How do we deal? How look? I don't have time. Look, the lingering in the rotisserie of problems, like where you just stay in it. Like, what is that? I like to educate, elevate, move on. Like, hit the next issue. We've got so many issues. Like, why are we still dealing with this? Like, have we not evolved beyond this? Like, what is this? It's everywhere. It's like whether you're two or what, 30 or what, running for president. I mean, like what? I mean, like how? Like what? Look, ooh, yo, that's I just keep asking myself, like, are we intelligent enough as a populace to grapple with the issues, events, and concerns that are before us? And how can we get to the innovative issues if we're still dealing with the archaic issues? I mean, we're still dealing with like the old, like what? Or maybe that's the play. You're listening to You Are Exquisite. I'm India E. Educate your emotions, elevate your existence. Oh, heal those awkwardly silent spaces, darling. Get over it, darling. How can we help our children know that they, number one, don't have to bully? You don't have to, don't bring your gargantuan energy onto another kid. Heal that energy within you. Like, what is this rocket science? Am I talking? Look, wait a minute. Should I turn around and just? I mean, what? How can we? Uh, how can we propel ourselves forward if we can't even get past the archaic, mind-numbing, just steroidally gross, uh, lack of humanity just from one person to another? Like, we can't even get past that, but yet we're supposed to be thinking, 2075, and preparing our children for whatever the hell is going to be around in 2075. Are we still going to be talking about bullying in 2075? Apparently. I mean, my thesis, and it's a brutal one. My thesis is that, and I can only speak for this country. I don't know, but this country is emotionally ignorant. We are emotionally dumb. We are. I don't understand when I see the news. Uh, it has that it has that energy to it. Like, it's emotional. If you have someone who is whoever it is, we've seen the pop culture people in the news and stuff. It's like, what? Like, come on now. Like, you want to have a little fun? Okay. Like, have a little fun. Okay. But like, what? Like, what is this? Like, what? What? Like it's so over the top, and it's so detached from reality, and it's so like, what? It's just so, I don't understand. I I don't get it. It's like you're at the top of your game, you're grooving, you got the whole planet, hip swinging, everybody beat bopping to your stuff. You getting it. You got the revenue generating, you percolating for generations. And what? Wow, now. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. That's not right. That can't help but come back on you, right? And then what example is that? See, we are all an example. So what example is that? How is that contributing to the elevation of the species? Right? Everybody's hip swinging and hey. I know. I'll never be hired for a dancer. I will have it all messed up. You do not want me on your dance floor. Right? Like, what is that? It's like, you're looking crazy out here. Like that energy, right? Like, didn't we learn that from, I don't know, Ike Turner? I mean, I don't know, right? I mean, isn't it like a litany of like that? Like, don't we already have that box checked? Box checked? Check the box, right? It's like, what are we doing to elevate? Right? Right? Isn't that what it's supposed to be? Hip swinging and the woo. Everybody's getting it. Yes. Okay, well, underneath that, like, what's going on? And then how does that domino to our kids? And, like the imagery and narratives and mind-numbing advertising that they have to take in on a constant basis. What do we do about this? How do we protect those who are subjected to this energy? Because we know this energy has resulted in our babies taking themselves out. The unimaginable horror of this energy captivating a baby so much, and they are so calcified in fear and in confusion and in helplessness that they take themselves out. How do we deal with this? How do we face this? Because it is ours to face. Apparently, whether you're in a classroom or whether you're in a workspace, at home, the energy of bullying, the energy of deliberate, hostility. And again, I find this very interesting. This in this definition, the verb bullying definition, quote, seek to harm, intimidate, or coerce someone perceived as vulnerable, quote, close quote. And again, that word, that phraseology right there, someone perceived as vulnerable, right? Because you got to be careful with that too, right? Because someone perceived as vulnerable can come back and, snap that. You know what I mean? Like where they just like call their lawyer. So, it's a very serious emotional issue. And I truly believe that we as an American population, we are starved for emotional like health. Like something ain't right. So uh we can narrate it and be sterile with it if you want to. We can dress it up and put a bow on it and put a beautiful gilded frame on it, or we can just say something ain't right. And we are, in my opinion, tremendously emotionally ignorant, and therefore I think we can connect it to a lot of other sub issues there, with emotional ignorance being at the top. I think you can connect and connect some dots here. So that's my thesis. And here I went to the ncab.org, the National Center Against Bullying. And this is, if you are grappling with this, and if you want to kind of do a deeper dive, this is one of the sources that basically just a basic Google search will bring up. And the National Center Against Bullying says, quote, bullying is an ongoing and deliberate misuse of power in relationships through repeated verbal, physical, and or social behavior that intends to cause physical, social, and or psychological harm. It can involve an individual or a group misusing their power or, quote, perceived power over one or more persons who feel unable to stop it from happening, quote, close quote. And that's what I want to get to right there, right at the very end. Over one or more persons who feel unable to stop it from happening. Again, emotion. Emotion from the aggressor and emotion from the receiver of that aggression, because they feel, quote, feel unable to stop it from happening. How can we change that? That's the move. How do you change that? The link is in the chat, and I'll put it in the description for you guys. That's it. How can we help our babies to not feel unable to stop it from happening? Like, how can we enable, empower, encourage, uplift, strengthen the person having to go through this insanity? And then on the other side, how do you work on the person who has the issues within themselves and are projecting their own issues onto that other person who is minding their own business, and who, again, quote, feel unable to stop it from happening? So we want to empower that person who is on the receiving end, and we want to kind of help the bullier figure out what's going on in them, so that they can go ahead and deal with whatever the issue is and stop projecting their perceived issues onto those who really have nothing to do with it. I had nothing to do with whatever those kids perceived in me. What? I had nothing to do with it. That was their perception of, I don't know, how I speak or whatever, whatever. Look, right? So all I know is back up off of me. Right? That's the end of the day. Isn't that what it's all about? I don't have time to play. I'm not here to waste your time, and and mine won't be wasted. The bottom line is, back the blank up off of me, and you go figure out what the hell is bothering you, right? Isn't that, look, isn't that what it's about? No matter, I don't care if you're 4, I don't care if you're 50, I don't care if you're 97. Isn't that the through line? Back up, cowboy, right? So you can see that the bullying of the childhood enabled and empowered and awakened her. Thanks. Right? Isn't that the bottom line? Right? You back up, cowboy. Back up. Right? And then you go, whoever the bully is, right? Something ain't right, right? Right? Wait a minute. Now we live in the era where you've got online therapy. You've got some online therapist platforms where insurance is not needed, right? I mean, like, do we have a Houston? Don't we have a problem? It's like we've got like an emotional health deficit, right? Like we always hear about the deficit. It's always in like monetary terms, right? Well, I mean, like we've got like some other deficits like that don't get spoken about, and there's no department of United States government of emotion. You know what I mean? Like there's no department for that. So what the hell do we do, right? We're out here. Our kids are getting, you name it, it's happening. So yeah, we have people that can handle the monetary deficits. Great. Like I'm sure their credentials, honey, they gotta, maybe they gotta, honey, their plate is full. Y'all go ahead and handle it. Uh, I'm just trying to handle this emotional deficit. Because I don't care if we don't talk about it or not. It is making itself known loud and clear. Spin the wheel, pick an issue. Bullying. If that is you, if you connect with that aggressive energy, check yourself. Don't be putting your stuff out on other people. Figure out whatever your crap is. Like, figure it out, right? Like, I wrote, wait a minute, here it is. Hold on. Yeah, right? Like, figure it out, right? Like, don't beat yourself up. You're already beat up. And damn, I didn't call the book Don't Beat, don't beat them up. That's obvious. I called the book Don't Beat Yourself Up. You're already beat up. So y'all out here beating up everybody else. I mean, damn, it's like, what? So for those with the hostility within them, come on, man, check yourself. It's ridiculous to be out here like that. I don't care what age you are. Like parents, if you see, that your kid has that, we all know that's that whiff. You get that whiff. Like, if your kid is hostile, check the kid. Like, figure it out. And Lord Jesus, if you have a child that is having to endure this insanity from some cat, that cat ain't got nothing to do with them. That cat has problems. And somebody in that cat's immediate environment either cannot see the issue, don't want to see the issue, might not have time to deal with the issue, might not have money to deal with the issue. Hey, all are valid, right? But so what? It's still your issue. And if your kid is inflicting their angst, fill in the blank. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, you want to fill some blanks? How much time do I have? Wait a minute. What is it? Okay, hold on. Let's see. Confusion, disquiet, insecurity, fear, aversion, tension, displeasure, anger, embarrassment, powerlessness, longing, sadness, fatigue, melancholy, jitteriness, nervousness, panic, petrification, terror, drought, dread, anxiety, apprehension, aggravation, annoyance, crankiness, disgruntlement, dismay, exasperation, frustration, irritation. I could go on. You want me to go on? I got more, baby. So check whatever side you may be on in this energy pattern, check it. And no, baby, if you are on the receiving end of this, reach out and get help, baby. Reach out and get help. And you are exquisite. And I believe that when you know you are exquisite, your mindset begins to shift, and things that you might have tolerated before begin to become intolerable. And you begin to stand stronger and look clearer, and your chin is up higher, and your eyes open brighter, and your back is straighter, and your mind is shifting into a clarity. When you know you are exquisite, your world changes incrementally, but definitely. And you're looking at the proof. Now, thank you so much for tuning in. I know, honey. I know. Hey, it's tight out here. It's tight out here. This is not perfect. I work through this crap every day. It is my life's work. It is my life's work. Don't play with me. I'm really not the one. Uh no, I love to have fun. I really do. I keep it kiki. Uh I just I just I just don't do the BS part. Other than that, we're good. Okay. Okay. Y'all, I know y'all, right? Right? I know it. Peel back the onion. Thank you so much, Miss Tanya. Bless your heart. I know bullying, it does extend to the workplace. I know. It turns into adult trauma, right? Come on now. Exactly. Right? Isn't a lot of this stuff like that we're seeing just like purely connected to this emotional component to ourselves that like we don't shine a light on, and like I say in my work, like heal your silent spaces, like those dark crevices of our being that we dare not touch. Yeah, I'm ready to stomp all on that. With a bright light and a lot of compassion and loving energy. Like, let's just clean it up, right? Why? You know why? Because you are exquisite. And so that way, when you declutter that emotional closet, child, open it up, child. When you declutter that emotional closet, right? Now you get a clearer vision for, whoa, this is what my purpose is. Whoa, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Whoa, this is okay. Wait a minute. I've been allocating a lot of time over there on something that is totally not going to serve me. That is, that's not going to elevate myself generationally, right? Like, that's not legacy. So we want to clear the emotional, uh all that stuff, all that gnarly stuff. We want the gunk, like the part like that nobody likes to clean. When you clean it, and like you clean it, and like you got that gunk, and like you have to buy the special stuff to get the gunk off. You know what I mean? That's what we need to work on. So, like, You Are Exquisite, the podcast is kind of like your emotional degunker. We're going to get it, honey. We're going to get it a little bit at a time. Be like, India, you are like, you're too much. It's too much today. It's too much. Like, I get it. Like, I understand. I know. I know. I'm a lot. Like, you know, sprinkles. That's okay. And it's okay. Like, I understand. I get me. like I wrote some books. Like, it's like, it was that deep. And there are more coming. And I'm wanting to help you. I'm wanting to help anybody that is caught up in their emotional spider web. And honey, you want to clear that bitch. I'm your girl. Let's clear that up, okay? So you can go on and get to your spirit purpose and get to your economic viability, viability and your wealth building and all of that. Your asset portfolio. Yes, yes, honey. That's what. Yeah. See, we want to clear you for takeoff. See, I used to be a flight attendant, and before you could take off, you had to secure the cabin. Then your ass can take off. But you got to secure the cabin first. And there's a lot, right? It's more than just the pillows and blankets, honey, to secure the cabin. That's just the part that we see. There's a whole ecosystem to all of that you don't see. And that checklist, you have to hit that checklist before you can remove the blocks to taxi off to prepare for takeoff. Okay? So I know it's crazy. It's like, what the hell is she talking about? But there is there is like this mosaic system to it. It's very organic. But just know it's there. Just stick with me, kid. Okay. Tell somebody about this show. Okay. Okay. This is the best show you have never heard of. Okay. Nobody knows about this show, but this is the best podcast like that you have never heard of. Okay. So tell somebody about this. Tell somebody that really annoys you. Like, tell them about this podcast. Okay. Like, you are so annoying. I want you to listen to India's podcast. Okay. It's okay. I'm queen of the annoying tribe. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're all going to get through this. I know my hair. I know. I know. I have no idea what to do. I know. My hair has a life of its own. I don't know. I don't know. People laugh at. I mean, it looks like a cauliflower. It looks like broccoli. I love broccoli, so I guess that's good alignment, right? It's I don't know. So me and my hair. I have no idea. So what I do know though is that I won't no hate. Like, I grew up in a beauty shop, so I love all kind of hair, honey. What is it? A lace front. All that shit y'all be buying and sewing and gluing and I don't know, ironing. I don't know what. I don't know. I got my own problems. So you know what I figure about with my hair, as long as there's something up there. And frankly, you know what? It could be clean as a pool table ball. I could care less. I mean, I'm just like, child, whatever. Okay. Because I know I am exquisite. So it really don't matter. Like whatever's up there. I guess if I have brows, right? And even now, you can boom, 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 baby, give yourself brows. You know what I mean? It's like, it's all at the end of the day. I mean, really, I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't know. I really could care less. It looks like broccoli, and I love broccoli. So I guess I should just be glad it doesn't look like broccoli with cheese. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, who knows? I don't know. Well, my point is, I don't let it, jack me. It doesn't govern me. That's my point. I'm in the E. You are exquisite. Y'all are so sweet. I know, right? I know. I know. It's broccoli. I know. I love it. I I love broccoli. Don't you love some broccoli? I love broccoli, like raw, like you season it right. Like even broccoli with like no seasoning, like isn't broccoli fabulous? And honey, that fiber. Come on now. We love that fiber. Oh, who's anti-fiber? How can you be anti-fiber? What? You better eat some vegetables. See, and isn't that connected to the childhood? Honey, I can connect anything, honey, to that emotional stuff. Let me get out of here. I'm coming. Okay, thank you, you guys. Okay, okay. The hold on, wait a minute. Let's cite our sources. ncab.org, National Center Against Bullying. I will put the link in the description, and again, it is in the chat room. And let's bring light and love and compassion and leadership and proper example, hello, to some of these emotional issues, right? We're all out here together. We're all in the same ecosystem. Apparently, 1% have all the money. So that means that the rest of us are kind of all in the same tax bracket. So let's figure it out how we can be humane together. Let's educate our emotion. Let's elevate our existence, and let's heal our silent spaces within, okay? Because you are exquisite. See you next Tuesday. Okay, bye, you guys.